Hi, I'm Ambry and this is Ambry's Corner and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I do have another video for you guys today. Today's video is a story time. This is about my Little Caesars job. So if you would like to hear about what happened while I worked at Little Caesars and how I got in, then stick around. So before we get into the video, I want to explain to y'all. I know that I said in my last video that the next couple of videos I'm filming will be with my camera, and they're coming, but I've been having like some issues trying to get the footage from my camera to my iPad so that I can edit, so that I can get videos up for you guys. So you'll be seeing it in maybe the next video. I don't know about this one. It won't be happening for this, but trust me, the camera is coming. Like, it's coming. Be patient. So in the meantime, let's just get into the story time. So yeah, I have to strike while it's hot. Like, I feel like when I film, I have to feel like I have to be in the right mindset to film. So I have to get the mood. I have to feel inspired to film. So to give you a good video, I have to be inspired to film. So I wasn't gonna film because I got to get up at 8 in the morning. Well, 7:30 in the morning, so I can get up and go to work. So this was probably a bad idea, and I'm going to regret it in the morning. But the only good thing about working in the morning is that I get off earlier, so I can't come home and go straight to sleep for work. But I just really wanted to give y'all a video today, so this is my gift to you. Let's get into it. Alright, so, y'all know that I worked at Little Caesars, and I was there for about 6 months, and this was like maybe a year before I graduated. So, no, it was 2 years before I graduated, because I graduated in 2019, and I took my first test in 2018, at the end of 2018. So this was in 2017. So this was like at the beginning of 2017. Like, I got this job in February, like maybe like a couple weeks before Valentine's Day, I think. Cause I found out I got a job in June. I mean, not June. I mean January, but I didn't start working until that February. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna get into that. So about this time, like I said, I was in GD classes, and I wasn't taking no tests, and I was just sitting like I was like in a pause, like with everything, like working. You know, I just had that horrible experience in McDonald's, and I had quit. And you know, it had been a while since I had worked again. And I was enjoying my time in GD classes, but I needed a job, and so I started looking on my app, Indeed. Link the app right down here. You know, you'll see it. So yeah, go look it up. It's a good app. So I started going on Indeed, and I started looking for, you know, jobs. And I was filling out applications. I put applications down. I had filled out. I filled out so many applications, y'all, on that app that sometimes I forget I fill out applications on the app. So I had filled out this application, and like most times when I fill out application, I forgot I filled it out. So I filled it out, and like a month later, I get a call for interview. I think they were still building it, but I thought it was the one that was already built. So I didn't know. I thought maybe they just wasn't worried about me. Maybe they just wasn't interested in hiring me when I didn't get a call back. I didn't know that it was still in the process of building the place. So that's why I hadn't got a call back yet. And I wouldn't figure this out until I was getting ready to go to my interview. So they called me and they're like, well, can we get you in for interview? I think the interview was like in the middle of a week, so I'm gonna say about a Wednesday, just for shits and giggles. So on Wednesday they called me, and I went in for interview on the Wednesday, and I actually ended up going to the other one thinking that was the one. When I went in, she said you must be talking about the new Little Caesars they're building down on a certain road in my town. I'm not gonna say the name of it because it's none of your business. You must be talking about the one on, I'm gonna call it Kendall Road. Kendall Road. So I said okay. I said thank you, and so I leave, and we venture out to find the one that's been built on Kendall Road. Now Kendall Road is the main road in my town. It's how you get to the highway. It's basically like the route to get through my town. But I try to avoid it at all costs, because I'm still like a new driver, so like I try to avoid that road as much as possible, you know, whatever. But So the Little Caesars I worked at was actually being built into a convenience store. Now before that Little Caesars was there, there was a um a Domino's there, and they shut the Domino's down. I think they moved to another location. They moved up the road. That location did to a bigger store, so that's why it was shut down. So they shut that location down, and they ended up building a they ended up building a Little Caesars, but then they attached to that place. Now, in the middle was a whole other area for another restaurant that they would have built eventually, but it would be on the other side of the convenience store, which is a Dunkin' Donuts, and it is delicious. It doesn't replace the Krispy Kreme that I would like for us to have, but it'll do. Anyway, so they ended up building that restaurant, and so the day of the interview, I go. I'm almost late, but I wasn't. I go, and the manager wasn't there. She didn't show up. So I don't know what happened with that, but she didn't show up. So I ended up having to have my interview with the woman next door in the convenience store. So when I go into the convenience store, I'm saying I'm there for the interview, and I'm saying I'm there for the interview for Little Caesars that's gonna be next door. And she says, okay. She says, let me call the manager and get her up here so she can get your interview. I said, all right. So she said, why don't you just have a seat over there at those tables, and I try to get her as fast as possible. Okay, so I wait about almost 30 minutes to an hour for her to come. And finally she comes up, she said, well, she's not going to make it in today, so I'm going to conduct your interview. So we did the interview, and the best cut in the interview, the woman tells me, oh, you've been the best interview I had so far. The rest of them been really sketchy, so I wouldn't even worry about I wouldn't even worry about it as far as you're concerned. You got the job, technically. I'm just going to pass it on. I'm just going to tell what I think, but I think you technically got the job because none of the other ones, all the other ones seem sketchy as heck. I said, okay. So, another month go by, and I think I didn't get the job because I didn't get a call back. But then, one day out the blue, she calls me and tells me, oh, are you still interested in working? This is such and such from Little Caesars, and are you still interested in working? And so I said, yes. She said, okay. She said, can I get you in for orientation in the next couple of days, which would have been a Friday. So, I come in, no, we start on the Friday. It was a Thursday, so she called me on a Wednesday. That's the common word here, Wednesday. She called me on a Wednesday a month later, and basically she tells me, she tells me to come in for orientation. So I come in for orientation. I actually ended up getting an email first. I forgot. I got an email first saying that I officially got the job, but I was just waiting for her to contact me. Then she finally contacts me and tells me. And the email was just like telling me that my background check was approved and all that. You know, the regular stuff. Anyway, so I go to the orientation, and they basically take all our information, like our social security, direct deposit, ID, all that important stuff, and they show us how to clock in and clock out and all that. And so orientation starts, and basically they just teaching us how to make the pieces because we're due to open the next day. And this was on a Thursday that I went in. So that Thursday I went in, and we do the open the next day on a Friday. So we go in that Friday, and I get to meet a good bit of my coworkers. And one of the girls I would actually talk to a lot more than the other ones in the beginning because, like, I don't know, I just kind of vibe with her at the beginning. So I kind of, like, latched on to her when we started, and, like, we became, like, friends. So, but she doesn't stay there long before she ends up leaving. She was actually a college student, and I feel like she didn't want to work there in any way. She just did it to make time pass. So in meeting some of my coworkers, I actually ended up coming across the girl I had went to school with, and we're just gonna call her that girl today. So that girl was a girl I went to school with, and me and her had like a shaky past as friends. Like, we were cool, but I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything bad about her because I know she might watch this video, so let me not. She wasn't a bad person. It's just like some people you meet in your life, you know that y'all are gonna be cool, but y'all ain't gonna never be like friends. And maybe that's just how you feel in the moment. Things could always change, but I just always feel like we were never really gonna be friends. And I was okay with that because I had my friends. Like, I have friends. I don't really worry about making friends like that because technically I like to keep it small as far as my group is concerned. Like, I talk to like a few people here and there, and I try not to talk to them as much. You know what I mean? I talk to my best friend every day because she has my nephew, and he is important to me, and I want to have a relationship with him. But, you know, like, and she is too. But like, I try to keep it like within her and like my friend from GD school. I have small shrunk my circle a lot, and my family is really what I'm concerned about. That's really, and I really don't want any more friends. I want a boyfriend. I'm trying to attract a man. I ain't studying no females. So that's how I feel at this point in my life. So back then I kind of had like the same mindset. Like, I really don't want no female friends. I want a man. And but I end up becoming friends. Like I said, we have a shaky history anyway. Like, we was kind of friends in middle school and part of high school. We wasn't even friends in high school, but middle school, part of middle school, like we was kind of friends. So like, it was like no problem to be cool with her again. Now at first we didn't talk. Now let me say something about this. This restaurant, I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm just gonna tell you a few things, and then we're gonna cut it because I gotta go to bed anyway. This restaurant, it was like the most chill, laid back restaurant I ever worked at, but it was underlying messy, messy. And I said it because it was basically ran by females, and my boss was a female, and the bosses below her were females. Like, there was no testosterone in this building. It was all feminine energy in this building. Like, throughout, you could smell the hormones as soon as you walked through the door. There was one male there, and he basically quit before he got fired because of something that happened. But we'll get to that in another, what you call it. But he basically quit, and so like that left no men. And I think if we had like a man or two on the crew, it would have balanced out some of like the hormones that was running rampant in there, because it was always an issue, especially with a major girl group. And my boss, I think my boss, like, okay, so my boss, most of the people that was working like the manager wise, they actually followed her from the restaurant across town that she worked at. Some of them came from different places, but some of them followed her from there. And so like and it was always like a power struggle between those three women. Like, it was a big power struggle. All of them wanted to be the boss. All of them sucked up to the boss. Like, it was just like never really cool. It was always a little messy. So but I enjoyed working there because that was like the coolest place that I had ever worked. Like, everybody was cool with each other. Like, it was messy, but it was like mess that, it was like catty messy. You know what I mean? I can deal with catty messy because I know how I can work with anybody. That's how I feel. I can work with anybody. My only thing is like, don't talk to me crazy, and we good. I do whatever you say. You ain't got to talk to me crazy. I do what you say. That's how I feel about it. Oh, hi. How are you? If you got in this far into the video, pause this and click that subscribe button. I'll wait. Done? Alright, back to the video. Enjoy. And I had like, a problem with a girl or two that wanted to come at me all crazy. But I quickly, let them know what was what, and we was cool again. It was all good. And one girl in particular I had a problem with all the time. And not the girl you think not the girl I went to high school with. She was a little less of a problem. She became a problem more towards the end. And it was really like, in the way, like, we'll get to that in another story time. But this girl, we had a problem. Because sometimes the things that she would say would make me look at her funny. And this girl and, that girl were friends. They were friends. They were really cool and tight. Because they worked together. Not just at this restaurant, but at the restaurant before. And so, when I came in, like, they seemed like they were cool. But it shifted. You know what I mean? Because at the beginning, everything was cool. But then they started hiring more people. And the next person that came in was actually a girl in high school that, like, me and that girl kind of, like, latched on. So we became, like, real cool. And the only reason, like, me and her became cool was because they ended up sticking her with me. So I was basically, like, training her, showing how to do things. Cause they start everybody out on something, and she started out with me at first. So I was training her, showing her the ropes or whatever. And then, like, I guess I didn't do it right, cause then they pulled her and made her do something else. So they pull her away and they make her do something else because legally what I was doing she couldn't do because she was underage, and that made sense. So they pulled her away, and she started getting trained to be on the register and do other things. So in the process, like me, her, so basically that girl was getting a whole lot of complaints from like other managers, other coworkers. People really just didn't want to work with her. And I really didn't know why. And people would come back and tell me like I literally can't work with that girl no more. I really can't work with her no more. So like people was complaining and nobody wanted to work with her. So they ended up so like because we didn't complain all the time or we didn't have nothing to say about her, they basically stuck me and the new girl with her. And so like we work a shift together, just about every day. And every day we would work together like we were getting closer. We was talking like we had time to talk and get close, and we had got so close to the point like we was literally like in each other's phones. Like we had a whole group chat outside of the work group chat. We had a whole group chat where we talked to each other basically, and so like we was like really close. And so this girl, and I'm gonna do just like that when I refer to her. This girl right here got jealous. She got straight up hardcore jealous. Like sis was fighting mad. And so basically, like there was like the running joke that me and the new girl would act funny around the other employees. Now the thing was that we wasn't acting funny, but we've been working with that girl for a minute, and we had got comfortable with her. We knew her. We talked to her. Don't take it as we're acting funny because we not close. We could be, but we don't work together because you don't want to work with her, and we don't care about working with her. We don't complain about it. That's what you're mad about. You thought when you stopped talking to her, all of us was supposed to stop talking to her. No, sis, that's a you problem, not my problem. You had a problem with her. They moved you away from her like you asked to be, and now we're working with her and we're close. And all of a sudden, your feelings are hurt. So it was a problem every week. She was finding something to complain about. Oh, we wasn't doing this right. Oh, we acting funny. We don't even work when we're here. Nothing gets done right. It was always a problem with her. But the thing that kept coming back to me was them saying that that girl was going back and telling, and I don't think it was just her. I think it was all of them going back and telling my boss that I wasn't doing my job correctly. And that will play out in the end as to why I actually quit. And plus, my boss was cutting my hours, and she wasn't telling me why. And she was lying, talking about oh, cheese cost is high right now, and we just got to cut people's hours. Nah, sis, you tried me. Because cheese cost ain't high enough for me to be working 2 days a week. It ain't never that high. I'm probably, y'all, when I first started there, I was okay, cut that. I meant 30 hours a week. Place didn't close till about 10 o'clock, depending on who was working. If that girl was working there, we was gonna stay there till late because she wanted to make that money. With the other people, they did what they was told. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but like she felt like, okay, like we got pizzas in the thing, so like we should at least try to sell these pizzas. So y'all good with working over a couple hour or two to get these pizzas, so we won't make no news, but we'll at least get these out the way. She just didn't want to waste product, which I actually commended her for doing that. But we would always like it would always be it would always be a problem when we would close. I remember one day, that girl, we had got a huge order in, a huge order, and we basically like it was like three of us on the shift. We basically got the whole order out, plus every customer we got in, we tended to them. We got the whole order out in record time and got it out and paid for it. Like it was like a wrap. Like we got the call an hour by the next hour, by like the next hour we was done with the whole order and it was gone. And so like I would always hear that girl tell me about things that will go on. I'm sorry, y'all, my shirt is all open. I would always hear that girl tell me about things that would go on, like the things they would say, how they were playing on her, but she was doing the same thing to me. I didn't know it though. I knew it, but I let it slide. About them complaining to her how she was always scared she gonna lose her job, and I actually felt bad for her because although like she had her moments like when she like low key irritated me, she was actually good at her job, and like if we needed her help, she was gonna help us. That was the thing about her, and she always like had my back. And so, especially like when this chick right here would piss me off with her, she always had my back. So I fuck with her for real. So I decided to go. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Watch this. So I go into the group chat and I'm like, I'm just going ahead and shout out that girl because like sis was on it today. Like she killed it. Like we had this big order, 80 pizzas, like 30 to 80 pieces, and she got it out in record time. And we still got, I mean, we still got solid customers on time. Like I just really got to give her a shout out because she did that day. Congrats, girl. I'm proud of you. You did your thing. And so I swear to you, y'all remember that scene in Bad Girl? Y'all remember that scene in Bad Girls when what you call it came out with the bleach and she said the roaches scattered. I swear to you, these girls got so heated in this group message. Like they were like, congrats, congrats, congrats. But you know, yesterday I got like 50 pieces. So like, you know, it's that's cool and everything, but like nobody did it. Like, it was just like a whole problem. Sis was like really in her feelings because I complimented sis. Like, I'm sorry. And so I think that's like a lot of where like the hostility about me and the new girl acting funny around other employees. So they literally like started making us work less together. Like it literally became that big of a problem that my boss actually started spreading us out. Like we would go from working together almost every day to barely working together at all. They mixed us up because it was such a problem. Like we were getting complaints. Like they were complaining hard on us about it. It got so point to like that girl used to get irritated. Like she used to be on it. Like at night when it was time to go, she's like, y'all check this, check that, make sure this, make sure that. Cause it was on her so hard about it. Like, cause these girls were just so ate up about the whole situation. Anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all the rest of it in another story time because I don't want to get too much weight in this point. But I was just like breaking up like a couple things that happened. But anyway, like I really believe like I know that she was probably doing it because I just something about her, just that girl gave me friendly vibes. Like she like maybe it's like she wanted to be my friend, but part of her wouldn't let herself. So like she just did things that make me think, girl, I need to watch you. Like, I just really need to keep my eye on you. But unlike her, I really didn't like this helpful over here. I did not like her. She just used to do things that used to make me so mad. And I know they was going back and telling my boss, all of them. They used to put it on her, but it was all of them. But the only thing about it was they were going back and telling me what she said. They didn't tell me what they said. Now, I know they were saying stuff too. But they were only going back and telling me what she said. And I know she was saying stuff, and I believed them when they said it because it was too many of them coming at me at once about it. So I know they was saying. I'm gonna tell you something about this little old woman that worked there. I ain't gonna say her name, but she made me. She was about. I like her, but like one day, sis was about to catch it. She was literally about to catch it from me, cause she used to try it, and we're gonna get into how she used to try it later in another video. It'll probably be like a couple videos down when you see that one. But this lady like really tried. My mom ended up having to get on the phone with her and like let her have a few words because she like she tried it big time, and she knows she did. Anyway, I did pretty good. I'm gonna cut that there, but I just wanted to give y'all like a little into it. Okay, yeah, I realize now how this looked. Sorry, back to the video. This job. Like this job was like one of the most laid back easy jobs. It was so easy. Like I crave for those days again because I used to have so much fun when I was working with those two girls. Like they made working fun for me. Like I really enjoyed. That was one job I didn't mind. Staying over a couple hours. Even though I didn't want to, I did it because like my check used to be nice, like nice. I used to be raking in the cash when I was working and like, oh my god, the check used to be so good. But things changed and it didn't last forever and it ended up falling apart, crumbling. But this girl was like really butthurt that girl was not paying her no attention. I mean, like it was really hurting her so much to the point like she was making up shit. Cause I don't act funny with anybody. If I don't know you, it's clear enough that I'm not gonna talk to you. Cause I don't know you. I don't talk. If I ain't never had two words said to you, you ain't never had two words said to me. Anytime you say something to me, you criticize what I'm doing. Like that's that person she was. She used to critique me all the time. I work with one like that now, and she on her way to getting cussed the fuck out. Cause I'm tired of her already. but she critique everything I do, and it just really, it really irritated me so much. Like, I'm doing the best I can. Just because I don't do it like you do it don't mean that it's not done right. It's just not to your liking, and that's the difference. But it's whatever. And then my boss, because that was my boss's daughter-in-law or whatever you want to call it. She didn't say nothing when she would say. She was like, well, she's right. But you know, my boss contradicted her. Like, she promised a lot to these girls before they even got there. That's one of my biggest things. Was like, she was promising them stuff, positions and stuff like that, and that's why she couldn't do her job right. And that's why none of them girls are there now. None of them are there. None of them work there now. None of them. And so it's kind of sad to think about it. But I gotta start talking about this hoe right here. How she tried me one day. She really did try me, and I could have easily threw a piece in her face. Even that girl told me I should go tell on her, but I didn't do it. But she tried me one day, and she knows she did. But we're gonna get into that in another video. I'm gonna go ahead and end this right now, because what time is it? It's 11:46. I want to edit this and then go to sleep and read my book. So, I hope you, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I always say, leave, like, comment, subscribe, tell what you think, what you want to hear. I will do my very, very best to make it happen. Hopefully, the next videos you see will be me with my camera. I bought a whole new tripod and everything, because this one, like, it's been a whole fiasco with this camera, y'all. It's been like problem after problem after problem after problem after problem after problem with this camera. Like, hopefully this just means that there's better to come in my way. Hopefully that's all this means. So y'all bear with me, and maybe the next video you will see the camera. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, I see y'all next one. Mwah. Bye.